purpose of today, particular but not exclusive focus on helping voluntary organisations understand changes and the big changes taking place in the employment and skills landscape. So we hope people will come away from today with a better understanding of some of these changes and better equipped and better able to respond to challenges and opportunities, and also better able to kind of influence some of the potential changes or some of the things which we may not be so happy about.
As people's budgets are being cut back, being able to travel to meet up in this way is much harder, but I think it's definitely worthwhile. I've heard a lot of things today that will be useful for the work that I do. I've made some connections with some people that I've not encountered before and developed some relationships that previously existed as well. So definitely benefit in kind of meeting up at a regional level and working on these common issues together.
So has today been useful to you?
It's very useful. I mean, it's reinforced a lot of things that we've already been saying. For example, you can't have a big society without the voluntary sector, voluntary and community sector and social enterprise, and yet many of the sort of new developments are excluding us in many ways, making it really difficult. And that the government and local authorities, they really need us, and they really need to work with us. And if already organisations are going under, and it's a kind of bit like the extinction of species, it's happening every 5 minutes or something. And we need to get to grips with it and do something about it really quickly, and I know all the people here want to. I think very positive, but we want to feel like the messages we're sending are going beyond today and really do get to people who need to hear them.
My main question and messages are around the whole apprenticeship. Every time we work with young people that have fallen out of statutory education, and we're trying to get them back into education. That's the reason we provide the housing support and education, and looking to fund that education is becoming increasingly difficult. And every time I explore ways to fund it, people say, well, actually you need to look for apprenticeships. That's where the funding is. What I'd love to see is some funding to that pre-apprenticeship stage, that transition, move on, independence.
I think there is some sympathy towards that. Is the feeling I get. Whether that translates into funding is another question. Yeah.
Yes, I think the need for voluntary community to work with the councils. The councils have a remit, particularly in the area of young people, and I think that's important that works together well. The voluntary community is not delivering in isolation, it should be delivering alongside schools and colleges. So I think working with local authorities is very important.
It was a good event. Good to see so many people come out on sort of an occasion like this. It is important, I think, in the Southwest we keep the glue there. I mean, there's been so much fracturing and turbulence, I think, in the last 18 months. As so many organisations are stripped out and so many strategic bodies have been stripped out, we are going to be looking for some of those key players in a community that can affect change, provide strategic leadership, and it's clear that the colleges have a key role in that. And I think we can do it, just finding the mechanism for doing it.
I think it gives people confidence and comfort to know that they're not the only ones, they're not on their own. It gives them a chance to find out who they can talk to get more information. And I think it raises awareness and maybe begins to change attitudes amongst public and indeed private sector. So I think it's really important. I think each time you've had these sort of events, things have moved on a bit as a result of those happening.
I think we felt today's conference was very successful. There was a really good buzz, and I think people got a lot out of it. I think it's identified for us some of the kind of key issues that the forum needs to be taking forward, and in fact it reflects on the work we've been doing already, which is about helping particularly smaller and medium-sized organisations to work together, to collaborate, form consortia, to secure subcontracts with some of the main providers, and it sort of reflected and emphasised some of the kind of key issues that we should be continuing to lobby and campaign on behalf of voluntary groups in the Southwest.